All right, welcome in everybody to the fourth edition of March Chadness. And I think about what show I was doing. I almost called it Chadlock, but it is March Chadness episode 4 with me, as always, my brother Nate. Nate, it was a little bit to get this thing started, but we are here now.
Yes. First day I got home before 8 o'clock, and it honestly didn't matter because we had technical difficulties.
Exactly. We had it on my
I just
end.
got some more money.
We're going to talk about the NCAA part of it first. Today, I just want to talk about kind of trends. I don't know about you, Nate, but for me, when I'm doing my brackets, one of the things that I do when I first get it is I pick who I want, but I don't put the team name. I just put the seed of the team, and then I look at it and I go, does this kind of look okay? And sometimes like this does not look like how a bracket should be because there's too many nines or there's this. So I don't know if you do that at all or if I'm just weird that way.
Well, for a while there was so much parity, but in the last few years it seems like it's starting to go scratch again, because the Cinderellas still are, you'll still get some, but yeah, I don't look at the teams as much as where they're seated at and how far I think they can go. Unless it's one of those brackets where they have all the good teams in it, then it's kind of look at the team who they played. I honestly look at the last month of who they played and kind of start basing it on that. But yeah, the seedings, I used to, for a few years, wasn't worried about it, but now definitely more so. Like, I don't think a nine's going to go all the way anymore.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. Like, it's kind of like we talked about what we're going to talk about today. So for what we're going to do in the NCAA side of it is just kind of look at the last 10 years. Cause I think it's kind of cool looking at the entirety of the 64 bracket college, which goes back to the 80s. That's a different game then than it is now. So I think it's cool to kind of see how things have stayed kind of the same with some things, but you can't use data from like 87 till probably like the late 90s, early 2000s and have it apples to apples to how the game's played, what are the rules, those types of things. So I just went back the last 10 years and I just put what seeds made the Final Four each of those years, and then I took who won it those years. So I'm not going to bore you with going through every year who did it. But last year, all 4 number ones made the Final Four, which I think is only the second time it has ever happened in the entirety of the field of 64. So chalk doesn't always make it like that. But I do want to talk about the 1 seeds because you go 2 years ago, no 1 seeds ever did not make the Final Four. And I think that was only the second time ever that had happened. So I'm guessing all 4 or no ones won't happen for a bit. So what you're trying to do is what you're going to want to try to get at least 1 or 2 in. That seems to be the magic number in Final Four. So if you took the last 4 or the last 40 Final Four teams, last 10 years, 18 of those Final Four teams were a number 1 seed. So you're that's a pretty good. That's almost half of the Final Four teams were number 1 seed. So I know I'm one that doesn't like to just go chalk, but Final Four, you kind of want to go chalk.
Yeah, if I have too many 1s and 2s, I'm like, there's no way this can happen. But basically, I think any of the top 4 are the safest bets in each bracket. But it does feel weird when you even if you think they're the better teams and you're like, I got 3 1s and a 2, that's not going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, I think any of the top 4 are pretty easy to throw in there.
Yeah, there's usually one seed that I'm like, okay, that's the one I'm taking out before the Sweet 16 or the league. There's always one that I'm eyeing. That's the one. And if it's a Rick Barnes coach team or Purdue, that's usually what I do. Yeah, exactly. So then you start looking at the Final Fours. The 2 seeds, there have been 6, 3 seeds, 3, 4 seeds, 2 of those. So 29 of the 40 are top 4 seeds.
What did I just say?
Exactly. And then you've got the interesting part is in the last 10 years, a 6 seed has not made the Final Four.
Really?
Yeah. There's been 2 7s, an 8, a 9, a 10, and there have been 3 11 seeds, which I think the reason that is happening is if you think about the play-in games, the 11 seed playing games are usually teams that are lower in the major conferences, and then they're probably better than an 11 seed, but just they have a bad record. Like I look back when UCLA made it to the Final Four under Cronin, they were an 11 seed, and it seems like that those playing games, 11 seed, they usually get to one of them usually gets to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's because they've had a better strength of schedule and they've played better teams, and then they're going in that first round, first couple rounds, maybe against guys that not so much.
Right. So when I like to only have about 1 or 2 number 1 seeds, because if you look at it, just going back, all 4, just going back from 25 back, all 4 number 1s, 2 number 1s, no number 1s, 1 number 1, 2 number 1, 1 number 1, 2 number 1s, 2 number 1s, 1 number 1, 3 number 1. So 1 to 2 number 1s is the sweet spot. However, over the last 10 years, you want to know how many number 1 seeds in the last 10 years have won?
3.
It would be 8.
Wow.
Yeah. 8 1 seeds have won, a 2 seed has won, and then UConn on their first of their back-to-back was a 4 seed. So you pretty much want to take a 1 seed to win it all. So we will dive into, because I love this so much. I remember talking to Dad one time, because I remember I got a book from the library that had the history of this stuff, and I'm a math guy, and I was just fascinated by just the numbers game of it. So we'll dive into it when it gets closer to that, just because I think it's better, and we always know about the 5-12. So I just thought it was interesting how that way laid out. And again, you're going to want to take a 1 seed that's from one of the major conferences too, because
Obviously
Gonzaga is really the only other one. But I came, Nate, I don't think there's ever been probably in the last 25 years a team not from one of the major conferences do that. And we'll dive into SEC, Big Ten, ACC, that kind of stuff, because that looks a little interesting as well. So that's what it looks like. If you are going to pick a champion, you probably want to get a 1 seed, and then you still want to try to go somewhat chalk in your Final Four. So that's just a quick overview of that. I know Kentucky lost again to a ranked team.
UNC, what they were 16, UNC, and
Yeah, I mean,
Kentucky was 18.
So I mean, we'll see what happens. Again, we'll dive into these teams more in conference play. So a really quick one there, because I think the topic tonight is going to get a little spicy. I think we would probably have to go to the text group a lot, and the text group earlier today was all over me on some of the seedings and stuff. So
I have some opinions as well.
Yes. So depending on what happens, I may need to get a new friend group. So what we'll do, we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we're doing the 80s one-hit wonders bracket.
IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there, over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Okay, we're back. I'm excited about this bracket. It's one of the ones when I was laying out all the brackets that we could talk about leading up into this Selection Sunday. This was one of my favorite ones. One of the other ones is the cereal bracket, which I hope I get my buddy Dave.
That's going to be a good one.
There's a couple reasons why, because Dave and I have had at least 2, maybe 3 times in our lives where we have had a cereal draft of the mini boxes of cereal. One was back when we were in high school, and the other 2 were like we were grown men. Like it was, I stayed at his house the night before we were flying out to Vegas because we were flying out of Cincy. And he's like, I got a surprise for you. I'm like, all right. I get there, and he's got mini cereals. So we had a cereal draft. Like,
that is the typical surprise a friend has for you.
Exactly. 3 years ago. It was at his house before we left. It was that night. So we're slamming down boxes of cereal. So, and also I saw there's a guy that I follow that is he's a betting guy, fantasy guy. I like him. He's doing a cereal bracket, and there's a guy at the Athletic, Jake Seeley, who I really like on the fantasy part. And Dave knows him just working at the Athletic, was doing the seeding, and he was getting people's opinion, like where to go. And he said that Seeley had Frosted Flakes as a 7 seed. Now, if there's 16, maybe I have to wait to see this bracket. And then the guy running it, he was like, people kept talking about King Vitamin, and he had no idea what King Vitamin was. I'm like, did you even get to do a cereal bracket? You should be banned from doing the cereal bracket if you don't know if you don't know all the cereals, because it's cereal. So I'm waiting to see what that looks like, because then we can blast them on our cereal one.
Do they still make grape nuts?
I think so. I see him there, which we
I
grew up
remember
with
Mom
that.
would always buy it. You had to just load the sugar on the pebbles in the bowl.
Load the sugar, and I could take a trip to Vegas after pouring milk in the grape nuts, come back in 5 days, and it still wouldn't be soggy. So, but we're not here to talk about cereal. We're here to talk about the 80s bracket. So, we are doing 32 teams. We had discussion about doing 64, and I'm glad we didn't with the tech difficulty. We had made that a two-parter. There's just so many. This is the era we grew up with, the songs we grew up with. So when I was putting this together, it was interesting because I had to go. I usually do like, I'm going to see what the majority of people do, like on a Reddit or just any kind of list that's out there. And some of the stuff, and like and it was like a major, like it was an article that had like stuff like Twisted Sisters, like we're not going to take it. I'm like, dude, I Want to Rock was also a top 40 hit. And there's some other ones that's just like they've got more hits than, like, someone wanted to put Jesse's Girl. Like Rick Springfield had more than that. So trying to weed out groups that had more than one hit, even if they weren't huge, if they're top 40. And then some of the stuff, when we'll get into it, I thought like these songs are just like too good of songs to really, because when I think of one hit wonders, I think of just the cheesiness of it. And it's like, that's the only song, like you hear it and like, oh, that group is this because that's the only song and it was played all the time. How did you go into, like, when you were going, because you just probably rattled off like 25 one-hit wonders, like the minute I told you we were doing it. So how did you kind of come up with your initial list of songs that we could maybe talk about?
Cheesiness is not involved. I think the bigger bagger, the better.
I
Say
got
that
you.
5 times fast. But bands that only had just one ripper of a song.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them on here. And so cheesiness factor does come into it just because it's the 80s. But the one-hit wonder is who had one great song and did nothing else. Yeah,
yes.
Twisted Sister doesn't count. I can name 15 Twisted Sister songs.
Well, yeah, because your oldest brother, me, loved Twisted Sister, and then the Come Out and Play album came out. I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing?
It had the pop-up on the
front.
It
had the pop-up.
I
think I still have it at the house somewhere.
That probably worth some money, man.
It might be. I might have got rid of it, though. I don't know why I would have. It's probably hidden. It's probably in a tub somewhere buried in our house. So, well, that's the other thing, too, because I was sad because I would have loved to put Total Eclipse of the Heart on here. However, what is not talked about enough is Bonnie Tyler, like, came out 2 years back to back, 84, 85, with two of the greatest banger hits of all time, with Total Eclipse of the Heart and then Holding Out for a Hero. I love both those songs, and it's like, and then that was all, like, she had albums that came out, but those two songs were huge, and then she just did nothing after that.
Well, and Holding Out for a Hero is going to get put into, we discussed this, best songs made for movies.
Oh, I was thinking about today.
Has like 3 up there already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is one I am definitely wanting to do. So let's kind of let's take a look at this bracket here, and we can discuss the song. So, as you look at it, and this kind of seems like the consensus that Come On Eileen is like the number one when you think of one-hit wonders of the 80s. Come On Eileen pretty much tops all the list. Do you agree with me?
I do, because everybody knows the words of the song and the name of the song, and nobody knows the name of the band. Hardly. I'd say 30% of the world knows that it's Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yeah, which is weird because, like, I don't know if it's because we grew up with it and it was just, we know most of these bands because we were growing up and that's what we were listening to on the radio. But yeah, it's such a cool song because it has that part in the middle near the end where it just kind of slows down and it's got like the voices and it builds up. It's such a great song. And then some of this stuff may get pushed up more because we grew up in the MTV era when MTV actually played videos. And right. So the videos, like them all wearing like overalls and like they just all like the whole thing was weird. And I noticed there's a couple of things I noticed about these. I was putting out. Number one, there's a lot of non-American bands that came here, had one hit, and that was it. The other thing I noticed is, and it happened a lot in the 80s, I don't think anymore, where people, when they came up with their song titles, like, I want this song title, but I need part of it in parentheses.
Yes. Yes.
Which is so weird.
Because
There's
it was too long to have it without parentheses, apparently. But if you put it in parentheses, it could be like 8 words.
It's so weird, but you'll see there's so many of them. I just was like, that is so weird. So, and you'll notice we did not want to go 64 because it would have taken too long. And you started getting to like the last 10 or 12. They just weren't quality songs. So we are doing play-in games. So we have the 2 16 seeds are playing games and the 2 11 seeds are playing games just like the actual NCAA tournament. So Voices Carry by Till Tuesday, and then Black Velvet by Alana
Miles.
Yes, I knew it was an M, but I knew it wasn't Morissette. So that'll be the 16 play-in. Both of them are good. Black Velvet has that rough, hard, like cool kind of sound. Voices Carry was just like her voice it carried. Then you got Funky Town, which is has some of these have lived on because movies just will continue to use them, TV shows, commercials and stuff. And Funky Town is one of those where when I think of Funky Town, it's one of those I don't think of as one-hit wonders when we were growing up, like big hits. And then it just kind of has become that because of the use of it in modern day cinema.
Maybe don't forget I believe it was in Revenge of the Nerds too. So not even modern day.
It was in Revenge of the Nerds. There you go. Going against La Bamba, which was from the movie La Bamba. And then you've got one of my
Which is Spanish for the female La Bamba.
La Bamba.
It's the Bamba.
The Bamba. It's the Bamba. Yes, and that was
Los Lobos.
Los Lobos. I think they had another song that hit, but I can't remember it, so they count. And then one of my favorites growing up was Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant. It was just something about that song that was kind of cool. And then I have it up against Word Up, so they're both kind of these hip ones as well. Word Up. Like that was kind of the WhatsApp before WhatsApp. And then Hey Mickey as a 5 seed, and then It Takes Two, which was one of the conversations we had because Rob Bass did have another song, and I think it was called, I can't remember.
Joy and Pain, but
Joy and Pain. It did as well. But it was this Joy, yeah. And It Takes Two is one of those where it was such a great song, and it kind of like transcended everything. Because he likes the Whopper over the Big Mac, if you remember.
Who doesn't?
Exactly.
Thousand Island dressing is gross.
I enjoy Thousand Island dressing. So if we had a dressing bracket, we'd have to go to the chat on that one because I love me some Thousand Island dressing. So so that's the upper bracket. Let's go ahead and just start. We'll work each bracket, section at a time. So first off, Voices Carries or Black Velvet. Do you have a preference of who's going to lose to Come On Eileen?
Yeah, all right. Either one of these is. Yeah, Voices Carry. This song's trash. It shouldn't be in here. It's taking up a spot that could have been, held up by Timbuk 3. His future's so bright, gotta wear shades. Don't care for this song. Black Velvet does it. It's a good bluesy riff. I remember when it first came out, like I identified with it as a mom song because you remember our neighbor Justin Helm? His mom would, when it came out, I was over there. We were playing Nintendo all the time. And his mom would crank this song, and I was like, I was a kid. I was more into rock. But this, now as an adult, I totally appreciate this song. Good bluesy feel. Her voice is great.
It's a good tune. Yeah, Timbuk 3 should have made it.
Scary as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't. Timbuk 3 was on my list that was going to be on here, and then somehow of all my list, I just did not make it. So I apologize, Timbuk 3. All right, and then obviously, Come On Eileen, not even close. They're not playing their starters in the second half.
I defy you to be in a bad mood when that song is on.
I know, dude. It's one of those songs where I'm telling you, like, there's not a few. There are a lot of songs, but that when Come On Eileen's on, that's one that no matter how loud I already have the radio, it's going up at least a couple more clicks.
Turn it up to 11.
Comes on. Yeah, turn it up to 11. I do the little like dance with the hands over my head at the one part. So, all right, let's go. This is one that's just like, It's a meh game. This is a game they would put on like 10:05, 10:20 on like that Thursday night because no one's gonna watch it. It's Funky Town La Bamba. I think it's Funky Town pretty handily. La Bamba is I didn't like the song when it was out.
Well, it's a remake of Richie Valens, so they didn't even
Yeah,
write the song. And Funky
right.
Town's that one that is the head bumper as soon as it comes on, you kind of dance in your seat.
Yep. Yep. And it kind of helps the crushing blow of us for getting Malcolm in the Middle during the sitcom theme songs when Hal was doing the roller skating
Oh,
to that.
that's such a good episode.
It is a great episode. Yeah. So Electric Avenue, Word Up.
So word up. Yeah, I think it's just more fun to go word up than
It is more fun.
Actually listen to the song.
But here's
fine.
what Word Up is fine. Here's what I'll tell you. When Noah was dating somebody before, and then when I had drove past a street and it was Electric Avenue, and every time I came to that stop sign, I'd go, "Oi!" And like no one like I would do it, and like they were looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" Like it's Electric Avenue, and I would do the song. So I think Electric Avenue wins.
I can't express how happy I get when that song comes on. I would sing it, but I don't want a lawsuit. Ask the guys at Pardon My Take about that.
Exactly.
And with I do want to mention anybody who's done covers. Korn of all bands did do a cover of Word Up.
Did they?
Yeah, and it's actually pretty solid. But what it does make me think of is there was an SNL skit when Napster was suing all the bands, you know, and so there was a skit where people from the music industry were in the courtroom and they're pleading their case, and Tracy Morgan is dressed as Cameo. He's got the high flat top and the clothes. They're like, yeah, Cameo wants to say something, and he's like, they're like, we understand you have brought something that you want to read, and he's like, that is right. He unfolds this piece of paper out, puts his glasses on, he just looks at the screen, he goes, word up, and then he just walks away.
Oh, that is phenomenal. So I think it's still Electric Avenue. It's just when I think of these, like some of these songs I think are gonna kind of get just a bad, I don't want to say a bad rap, but if they were made in like 87, 88, 89, they just didn't have like the staying power, some of those like 82, 83, 84 songs, because you had the entire decade to listen to them. So I think Word Up was like that. I can't remember when that was out, but I think it was more in the middle to late 80s on that one.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was that. So then, Hey Mickey, It Takes Two. So this one I think is going to be, could be a controversial, could be an upset. You and I, neither one of us, I think, actually like the song Hey Mickey.
It's one of those earworm songs that no, it's not good, but it gets stuck in your head. I think they reference it in Wayne's World when he's talking to Tia Carrere, and he just, you're so fun, you blow my mind. It's like, what, you guys? It was the last song I heard on the radio, and then they sing it together, and both are embarrassed that they're singing it together.
Right. Yeah, it is one of the two songs that. Well, no, it's not, because My Sharona did not make it, but it is one that Weird Al did parody.
I do
with
have
Hey
that
Ricky.
in my notes. Hey
Yeah,
Ricky.
so I think that's the only redeeming quality of it. And then It Takes Two, like everybody loves It Takes Two.
I want to rock right now. I'm Ron Bass, and I came to get down.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
everybody
it's
loves that song.
I know. You know why? Because he's internationally known.
And he's known to rock a microphone.
So, all right, we need to be done before we get in trouble. So, It Takes Two
yeah.
the 12. I think if we say it though, if we don't sing it, like if we're just having a conversation, that's what we're talking about.
Maybe we learn to sign it.
Exactly. So the first section we've got it's Come On Eileen, Funky Town, Electric Avenue, Take Care of Business, and then It Takes Two with the upset over Hey Mickey. I like how that played out. All right, this one here. This section is the committee loaded this section up. So
yeah, why would they do something like this?
I do not know, because maybe the committee was just like putting it together and just try to do it super quick earlier today. after all his notes of pages and trying to find what it is. So we've got the 3 seed Safety Dance against the 14 What I Like About You, which some people, my buddy Mike, say this is way underseeded. You've got Your Love, which I think of all the songs, I'd have to think about it. Your Love may have the greatest opening line of any of the songs on this list. Are you with me on that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. It's just one, it just comes out and it's great and it's used all the time. SNL also did a sketch with about Josie on a vacation far away.
Far away.
Yeah. And they will play the winner of the 11 play-in game. Somebody's watching me, and I'm gonna be 500 miles, which I thought that was in the 90s. When I saw that was in 89, I was like, what? And so it made it because I thoroughly enjoy that song. The only problem is I don't think of it as an 80s song.
I will let you know why.
Why?
Because it came out in the UK in 1989. It did not make a release in the States until 93 when it was in Benny and June.
There we go. All right. So
I don't think I have ever seen.
It is out. You know what that means, Timbuk3 fans.
Future is so bright.
Future so bright. And I think it's fitting. It comes in as an 11. And I think that's kind of where it should be. So look at that on the fly. My future so bright. And all is right with the world. I just watched Christmas Story. So all is right with the world.
Kelly's
and then you've got
it upstairs right now.
Excellent. And then we got the first of the parentheses songs. I Just Died in Your Arms, which I've got a story in that here when we get to it. And then She Blinded Me with Science, which is that was one of those early MTV songs for me, remembering that coming out. And then Tainted Love is a 2 seed against Turning Japanese. So let's start down at the bottom there. Tainted Love, Turning Japanese. I think Turning Japanese is one too where it kind of has gotten more staying power over the last couple decades than when it first came out.
Yeah, Tainted Love is a song I shouldn't like as much as I do.
Dude, Tainted Love is like, dude, that's one that comes on when they get dun dun. It's like this is one of the songs where I'm like, it's almost too good of a song to like be like considered like an 80s one-hit wonder. But
it was so good that Marilyn Manson did a remake of it for Not Another Teen Movie.
Did they?
That song rips pretty good. But
okay.
Yeah,
it's a good tune.
Does it make you mad when you hear it on the radio and it doesn't do the extended ending part and it just ends? You're like, there's more to this.
I know, yeah. It's like, come on, like you've got time. You know, the people that are listening to the station are the ones that want to hear it. And then Turning Japanese, I do like turning Japanese. It's just a fun little, you know, it gets stuck in your head. You sing along with it. But
I have a lot to say about Turning Japanese.
All right, hit me.
All right,
and remember, it's a family show.
It's a song about cranking one out, you know.
Exactly.
Green Day did the same thing with Longview. But have you you looked at the lyrics of this thing?
I have not. I know the chorus is Turning Japanese, Turning Japanese. I really think so.
Japanese. I mean, if this was a song on the radio, I can read the lyrics out loud, right?
Yeah, you can read. You can read the lyrics. It's not like we're not. Yeah,
it's pretty insane. So the first verse, he's just basically talking about he's got a picture of her. He likes to kiss it when no one's looking. It's super creepy in and of itself. But the second verse, I have it pulled up. I've got your picture. I'd like 1 million of you over me. I want a doctor to take your picture so I can look at you from inside as well. You've got me turning up, turning down, turning in, and turning round. The doctor statement is like, bro, what? Nobody in the band was like, geez, David, that's a bit much, man. Much.
Yeah, here's another thing. And if you go into listening to 80 songs and with the mindset of pretty much every 80 song was about sex, it kind of all makes sense. Which I didn't think about it until like I'm older. I'm like, oh, and now I have that lens a lot, and I'm like, oh, okay. Which could be another one on Relax, when we get to that. But
yeah,
yeah.
turning Japanese pervert song. It loses.
It loses just for that. Okay. So I Just Died in Your Arms. She Blinded Me with Science. I Just Died in Your Arms. Number one, that's one that it is so, when people in movies put it in perfectly, like in the Lego Batman movie, which highly underrated movie. It is probably the second best Batman movie there is. So
it's in the top 3.
It is in the top 3. But when Dave and I so funny, like I talked about Dave and I going to Vegas a few years ago when we were like, I think we were probably sophomores in high school. It might have been freshmen. I think we were sophomores. I went with his family to Gatlinburg on a trip in the summer. And it was one of the best. It was a great trip. It was so much fun. And this song, we heard the song, I think every 5th song that we heard. And it was weird. It was just like, because if you've not been to Gatlinburg, I think it's the same at night, especially in the summertime. It's just a cruising. People just keep driving around the strip, turn around, keep driving. So we heard a lot of cars playing different stuff. And then just a trip down, we had the radio because it was like 1985. And we could not, the way we created our own playlist was we just had a tape player and we just brought a bunch of tapes. And then but then you couldn't forward. It was crazy. So this was just on the radio all the time down there. So it has a spot in my heart. I do like She Blinded Me with Science though as well. So this is a tough one for me. Do you have a lean either way?
Well, with the I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight always reminds me of, did you see the skit with Horatio Sands and Will Ferrell where they're doing a wedding and they're the wedding band and they're just playing it and they just sing the first verse of it?
No, I
Must
haven't
have
seen.
been something you said, and then they stop because they spent all their money on the electrical equipment and they didn't learn the whole song, so they just keep singing it over and over. I tried to find it the other day and I couldn't pull it up. It wasn't on YouTube the other day, but
I don't know if they're doing that because I was looking for another song we'll get to, an SNL skit where it was it was Christopher Getz, Harry Shearer, Martin Short doing the synchronized swimming for the Olympics for the male synchronized swimming, which is it's a top 10 SNL skit for me. I could not find it because I thought one of the songs was used for his deck routine, which does not count for points, but it's something that he did. It's one of the best sketches ever. So I don't know if they're retooling and moving stuff around, but I couldn't find that the other day.
I think a lot of it's probably on Peacock now. But as far as She
maybe.
Blinded Me with Science goes, it. I remember Aiden had a teacher that always had an 80s playlist on.
Yeah.
And yeah, if a person asks you, were the 80s weird? Just play them the song, show them the video.
Right.
The fact that this was a song, let alone a hit, is mind-boggling.
It is. It's not a good song. And I think Science. It was like maybe they watched too much Julia Sumner Miller and they said, let's do a song about science because they love Julia Sumner Miller, but let's not get as weird as Julia Sumner Miller.
That guy was there, Julia Sumner Miller, because I looked it up, and Magnus Pike was the UK Ministry of Food and Nutritional Scientist. What? So I guess in the UK, he was probably there, Julia Sumner Miller. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just have this old guy yell science a bunch.
So the video guy, I was going to say, because it was Thomas Dolby. I was like, what is it? Okay, I know. Yeah, the old guy yelling
science.
All right, so he was like their Mr. Wizard. All right.
Yeah. Who was Don Herbert?
It was exactly. I think I Just Died in Your Arms wins this.
Yeah.
I just think it's a better song.
It is.
Okay. So let's do the play-in with the newly Future So Bright because 500 Miles had recruiting violations and they were not eligible. So
it happens.
Yeah. So when I think of like somebody's watching me, maybe like if you were looking at a dictionary for one-hit wonders of the 80s, it would be Rockwell's Picture because he came out of nowhere. And we'll talk about like where he came from, why he was even allowed to have a hit and why Michael Jackson was on it too.
I've got the notes on that.
And then he was just gone. It was just like, okay, let him have this hit. And then he just vanished. So give us the insight on somebody's watching me. Because number one, I thought it was a weird, dumb song anyways. In the video,
it's another one. if you want to show kids how weird the '80s were, the song, but the video was goofy
It
as
it,
all
it
get out.
was. It was like, let's try to be scary, but I don't want to be too scary because I don't want to scare kids on MTV.
All right, so Michael Jackson was a childhood friend of Kennedy Gordy, who was Rockwell.
Okay.
And his dad was Barry Gordy Jr., who was the founder of Motown Records. So there was clearly family history with the Jackson 5 and everything. And so it was kind of he was doing a solid for a buddy, and I'll sing the hook on this, which is the only listenable part of the song.
It
The
really
verses
is.
are insane. Who's watching me now? The IRS?
Yeah.
And I did learn that Jermaine Jackson was also involved in the vocals with Michael Jackson. So shout
Okay.
out to Jermaine.
Exactly, for doing a solid. So, kids, if you're listening, it's almost always about who you know and not what you know, and if you are the best qualified. So, always have good connections. I say that, and gotten jobs where it's because of the connections either I have had or my wife have had or a buddy of mine have had. So, um, Future So Bright, I think, wins this. It's just a better song. I feel bad that I left it out because it was.
Because it's the opening theme of the movie Summer School, which is a Mark Harmon 80s classic.
Dude, that's another one. Because I was thinking too, I was driving today, and I was like, we may have to go to like every other week because like if we're trying to do 52, like I said, if we have this podcast for 10 years, that's 520 brackets that we are doing. Not that I don't think we can come up with stuff, but some of it may be like we may get to the point where it's like let's just break down all the lines of Turning Japanese and see which one's the creepiest, and we have a bracket on that. But yeah, the Summer School is such a great movie. It is so good, so underrated. It may be one of Courtney Smith's earliest works as well. So
Courtney Thorne Smith, my goodness.
man, Melrose Place, and I think the other girl that was in it, that was the pregnant girl. She ended up having a decent career. She was in, I think, the TV made for TV of the one Stephen King's End of the World one.
She was in Who's Harry Crumb? Come on. If
Okay.
you only have 2 movies and it's Summer School and Who's Harry Crumb,
It's pretty good. She's the Bonnie. She's the Bonnie
Hollywood
Tyler of actresses in the 80s.
right.
2 great hits. Okay, and then Your Love. As much as I love Future So Bright, like Your Love, I had to look into it because I thought the outfield had to have more hits, and I think they did have. I think that was when I was looking at. They had like 1 or 2 others that did hit the top 40, but when I listened to them, like the one I didn't even remember, and the one I'm like, I think I kind of remember this part. So I said they count because it's such an iconic, opening line, and it is a good
This
song.
song slaps hard. I realized, I just got my Spotify Wrapped. This was tied with like 4 other songs I listened to the most this year.
Is it really?
Yes. I don't know. I love this song. It just gets me. It makes me happy. It gets me amped up. I sing along.
I got you.
I can listen to this song all day.
It's so good. And then because this is one of the songs like 80 songs where the band was actually talented and like musically it sounded good. Like Blinding Me with Science, not so much. Not so much. Okay. And then let's go Safety Dance, What I Like About You. So What I Like About You is I think it's a fine song. I don't think there's anything special about it. It's one of those, I think, if you're at a party and it's on, you're up, that kind of thing. If you hear it on the radio, like it's fine. Like you're gonna get into it because it has a good, like it's good. It's upbeat. But what are we doing here, Mike Walters? It's the Safety Dance. The Safety Dance is one of those. If you go to anybody that knows 80s, you say, hey, give me 5 one-hit wonders of the 80s. I'm telling you, like Safety Dance is probably going to be one of the 80% of the time.
Yeah. Do you want to do a split screen, see if both of us can do the dance and the Safety Dance that he does?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I don't know why that's the safety dance.
That is a safety dance. And then I love in the chat we had earlier where because they had the little short person in the video, and it was like a Renaissance fair or
What
something.
part?
And
What
then
part of that song was like, this video should be a Renaissance festival?
exactly. And then my buddy Dave put in there, he thinks that's where Game of Thrones got their idea from. And it made me laugh because I was like, oh, yeah, Peter Dinklage was in. I never watched Game of Thrones, but Peter Dinklage was in that. So, yeah.
And Men Without Hats is just
Men Without Hats is a great band name. Exactly. So,
what I like about you, it's a fun song. It's fun to play. It's fun to listen to. It's, my band side project. We do 1 gig a year anymore, and it is a staple in there. We play it all the time. Everybody loves to hear it.
yeah.
But it also has the same chord progression as 3 other songs. So we start with What I Like About You, go into ROCK in the USA, Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond, and On the Dark Side.
I love it. Like a little medley. I love concert medleys. Well,
so it's fun, but if we're doing
but this is not
one-hit wonders, Safety Dance is taking the cake.
Exactly. This is not a 80s one-hit wonder songs that are good to play if you're a band, because Safety Dance is not going to be you're not going to get the crowd really into it.
Nobody's going to do the Safety Dance.
No one's going to do the Safety Dance. So this is the 80s one. So Safety Dance is a 3 seed. Your Love, the 6 seed. I Just Died, the 7. Tainted Love, the 2. It went chalk. So the upper bracket, the 12 seed of It Takes Two is the only one that did come out as a underseed. So now we're down to the lower bracket here. Take On Me is the other 1 seed. This was a tough one for me, like to what song to put as the other one, because I knew Come On Eileen was definitely going to do that, and then there were probably 5 songs that I could have put here. And Safety Dance could have been one of them, but I think Take On Me, with the video being so like groundbreaking at the time, and it really is kind of a good song. And then the Aha it was either Aha or the lead singer does like a really slow version that's eerie, kind of creepy, but also like really good.
Yeah, and the song is great. He's hitting notes nobody can hit. Although Real Big Fish did cover that song, and they did a pretty decent job. But the video was incredible.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever saw that clip on Family Guy where Chris is at the grocery store and he just goes in to reach a cup of milk and he gets pulled in, and it's the whole Aha video and then the song, and he comes out one of the walls like, Chris, where are you? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. So and then we'll talk about this matchup is phenomenal. Break My Stride and Pass the Dutchie. I remember Pass the Dutchie. It's not a great song, but it was just like that hypnotic repeat over and over again. And it was like, it looked like they were in a third world country and they just got these kids, hey, sing this, just do it over and over again.
It was like my intro to Jamaican music, to reggae. I think if the song was sung by adults, it wouldn't hit as well because the voices are great. It's like the Jackson 5 voices, it just hits hard.
And it was
better.
Yeah, and it was such a different sounding song than most of the 80s songs too, which kind of made it stand out. We'll come back to Break My Stride here once we go over this. Don't You, parentheses, Forget About Me, against another, parentheses, You Spin Me Round, parentheses, Like a Record, the 8-9, Whip It, In a Big Country, and then the 5-12, Relax, Walking on Sunshine. So let's go to the top. I did not know what the singer of Break My Stride looked like. We are going to the double screen here. And I wish like if I was planning enough to have the picture of him pop up, but if you have never seen Matthew, was it Wild?
Matthew Wilder.
Matthew Wilder. If you have never seen Matthew Wilder, just go stop this, pause this, go Break My Stride video. You got to watch the video.
I'm not going to, it's him playing live somewhere. I watched it the other night when you told me about it. Yeah. I made a point. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but I'm going to watch it right now because
so just
It gets better every watch.
It's not what I thought he would look like. And like I told you, it was, I can't think of the guy's name. He was one of the Mr. Noodles, and he was also in the Green Mile.
I don't think this guy
as the
looks
French
like
guy.
anybody, man.
He looks like that guy, and Richard Simmons had a kid. Like you just gotta look at it.
Maybe Spud Webb, because this dude's short.
And he's short. Yeah, it's a good, it's probably, like, if nothing else out of this podcast today is to go see that guy. Go see Matthew Wilder. You got to watch the video. You can't just go get a picture of him. You don't get the full effect of it. But we're not basing this on how strange the person is. So Passaducci, Break My Stride.
I'm going Break My Stride. Years ago, I get a random text from Aiden, and he just says, "Last night I had the strangest dream," and I figured he was going to actually tell me about a dream, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to bust him with this." I said, "I sailed away to China," and I was like, "He's going to be confused," and he instantly comes back with, "In a little rowboat to find you." I was like, "Wait, does he know this song?" So kind of every once in a while, we'll just walk by each other or talk to each other and be like, "Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China." A little rowboat to find you.
Yeah. So I think Break My Stride is the better one-hit wonder. Like Passaducci's fine, but like I think everybody knows Break My Stride. And I think really Passaducci is if you grew up in the 80s, because you don't hear that song played on the radio much, even on the 80s station at all.
And it
Break
doesn't
My Stride,
have Matthew Wilder. So.
And it does not have, dude, Matthew Wilder and Sonic was not Sonic Youth. It was Musical Youth of the Passaducci. If you had them combined, and they did a song together,
it would be phenomenal.
Break My Stride is it's a fun song, and it's just now ruined because I saw who Matthew Wilder was.
I think it makes it better, man.
Okay, it does. So they Break My Stride moves on. Take On Me wins handily, no problem. All right, so this is a good one. The parentheses.
Off.
The parentheses off. And it might be the first of two. Don't You Forget About Me from
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Just won a bracket.
A bracket champion. So very popular. Everyone knows it. It is great. You Spin Me Round Like a Record is another weird video, which the reason I like this song, I didn't really like this song when it was out. It's one now when it's on, it just reminds me of that time. Like that was the quintessential 80s sound. And I think these guys were trying to be Culture Club, but they just weren't up to Culture Club.
But the dude was wearing an eye patch for whatever
Yes.
reason.
The best part about this song is I'm sure you've seen the Jimmy Fallon, Paul Rudd shot for shot remake of it. And
Watched it last night.
It may be my favorite shot for shot remake video that they do. It is so good. The eye patch with the it is.
And when it has them spinning, it is perfect.
It's so perfect. However, Don't You Forget About Me is the better song. It is the better one-hit wonder, because I'm sure Don't You Forget About Me probably was number one on the top 40 at some point, and I know Spin Me Round was probably not. So, and then Don't You Forget About Me is just in movie lore with being in Breakfast Club. So
it's not better because it's in Breakfast Club, but it doesn't hurt.
No, it does not. Okay. So Whip It as a 4 seed in a Big Country by Big Country, not Bryant Reeves, former NBA player, Big Country, but the group Big Country.
Big Country.
Yes. 413. So Whip It was a weird one because I could have swore Devo and the as long as they've been together, had another hit. And then I was like, I don't even know another Devo. So I think there was one that they had because they probably had a video out, and they
had a couple. The two of their biggest ones were, redos of a Rolling Stones song, and they redid Working on a Coal Mine. Just did a Devo version.
Okay,
but yeah, so nothing really.
I got you. And it is Dare to Be Stupid, the song that Weird Al does. So Weird Al does the parodies. Obviously, he does his own stuff, but then he'll do a group or a genre and do a like a parody of that, and he does with Dare to Be Stupid is a parody of just Devo, and it is one of his best original songs. So
Well, yeah, and even the lead singer of Devo, I saw
Mark
when I
Mothersbaugh.
saw an interview. He I think he was kind of joking, but kind of half serious. He's like, I was kind of mad he made it look really easy. What we
Exactly.
do.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Mark Mothersbaugh, he has done so many like themes and music for shows. Like he did the Rugrats theme song.
I did not know that.
And then he was in he's I think your kids probably missed Yo Gabba Gabba, but he's in Yo Gabba Gabba.
No, Yo Gabba Gabba was watched over here.
All right. So side note, have you seen the Yo Gabba Gabba where Jack Black was on it?
Of course, I think that's the
Okay.
one I've seen the most.
Okay. That may be, if you told me you got to pick 10 of the greatest television episodes ever, that's making my top 10. That is one of the greatest episodes of a TV show of all time. I still, to this day, when I put stuff on, I'm like, I can't believe it fits. It is so great. So I think Whip It wins. In a Big Country, it was a cool sounding song. It had a good sound to it. But when we're talking like, I mean, Whip It is an iconic like 80s song.
If I had to pick something to put in my playlist, if I was doing a drive, I'm going to put In a Big Country because I think it's I don't know, it's a song that still sounds better to this day. Whip It is very just Devo-y and 80s, but I don't think most people would know that song if they heard it. So
no,
Whip It easily wins.
It easily wins, but In a Big, like you're right, like if you put it on now, it'd be like, oh, who's this new group? Like it's got a good sound. But we're talking about best one-hit wonders is going to be Whip It.
Yes.
And then you got Relax, Walking on Sunshine, Relax, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, which I kind of thought that they may end up having more and they may be a little bit bigger because this thing was a huge hit. It was huge. And then Walking on Sunshine is one of those two where I think it falls in like In a Big Country and the one What I Like About You, where it's like it's a good song. Like if it's on, you're listening to it, it's fun. It's a good drive song because it's upbeat. But I don't. This is a tough one for me.
Again, if I were going to make a playlist, I'm putting Walking on Sunshine.
Right.
Because it's just one of those all-time happy songs.
Yeah.
There's a scene in High Fidelity when John Cusack's character is all bummed out and Jack Black comes in and he puts in a mixtape. And the first one is Walking on Sunshine. He's dancing around. It's just one of those. It makes you, but if we're doing 80s one-hit wonders, it is Relax.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood is one of those like Rockwell where it's like this thing came out and it was huge and it's a big production video and it was like, and then they're like, we're gone. Okay. All right. So this is the other part too. I think this is another tough bracket. We've got the 3 seed 99 Red Balloons, or if it's the version Luft Balloons. You've got Kaja Goo Goo, Too Shy, 14. I'll Stop the World and Melt with You at the 6 seed, which some people say is underrated or underseeded. The 11 seed, It's Raining Men and Don't Worry, Be Happy, Playing Game. I Ran, parentheses, So Far Away against Rock Me Amadeus. And then you've got the 86, the phone number everyone knows, 8675309, Jenny by Tommy Two-Tone. And then the 15 seed, which it was originally, I'm going to go to the double screen. It was originally Our House. And then my buddy Dave in the text like, no, they had a couple other songs, and he did the great pun like Madness does not like Chadness or something. And I looked at it, and I was like, they did have a couple. They had one other one was a top 40. And then the one song he pointed out, I'm like, I totally forgot about this song because the video is like, hey, waking that guy up. And they do the great dance and the stuff. So it's like, and Madness, I think, did have, like, they were a better band. So I kicked them out. And then I was going through, like, which ones I should have done. I probably should have put Timbuk 3, but Timbuk 3 is not a 15 seed. So the only reason I put Far From Over, and I think if you talk to most people, they're like, is this an 8? Like, they probably don't even know what this song is.
I had to look it up.
And I put it in.
Like, just by name alone. But then when I heard it, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you hear it, you know it. It was in the movie, was it Saturday Night Fever? Or Staying Alive? It was a John Travolta movie. Because John Travolta was in the movie Staying Alive, right?
Yes.
Or was it? Yeah. I think it was that. It was in a movie. Yeah. And Far From Over, sung by Frank Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's brother. So that's the only reason I put it in there, because this was this is probably going to be the only time we can ever talk about Sylvester Stallone's brother, Frank Stallone, unless we do the movie songs. And then I'm going to have to put There Are Two Kinds of Love when he's there with the other people around the big
Singing
trash
around
can with the
trash
fire
can.
and stuff, which is a great song. Or if we're having a bracket of best brothers of celebrities, and then him and probably Charlie Murphy are going to be one seeds. Who knows? But yeah, Far From Over, because I think this is the song that was in the deck work of Martin Short in the Synchronized Swimming video. So it's in there, but it's going to lose.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter at the 15 seed. It's going to lose. 8675309, like this was one that I almost put at 1, because if you're talking about songs that everybody knows, this is one of them.
For our Spanish listeners, it's Ocho, seis, siete, cinco, tres, cero, nueve, Yeni.
Yeni.
I'm gonna get that out there.
It's not Juanita.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know, because when I was in Spanish, there was no Spanish equivalent of Chad. So
There wasn't one for Nate. I was Mongo.
Very okay. I chose Joaquin.
I got to pick my own.
Yeah, I did too. I chose Joaquin, mostly because of like Joaquin Andujar, the great pitcher for the Astros back in the 80s.
You knew Joaquin Phoenix was going to be a big deal.
I did. I did. That's why I did it. So I ran Rock Me Amadeus. This is a tough one because I Ran is a great song, but then Rock Me Amadeus, not a great song, but it kind of grows on you. Maybe.
This is rough for me because I don't like either of these.
Like,
I got to pick a winner.
So you don't even care.
I don't.
All right, so
my notes for Rock Me Amadeus, I have.
All right, so here's, you know what?
I want to run so far away from this song.
Exactly. So we'll go to the text group because who cares? And then we can start talking about the It's Raining Men versus Don't Worry Be Happy playing. Why don't you break that matchup for us to see who's going to take on Melt with you while I send this to the group chat.
All right, so It's Raining Men. It is a good, catchy tune. It's by the Weather Girls, which if you're going to make songs and your name is the Weather Girls, you're really kind of painting yourself in the corner when your big hit's It's Raining Men. I don't know what their other song titles were. It's Hailing Dudes, a wintry mix of fellows, a blob of bobs. I don't know. But I think it wins because Don't Worry, Be Happy. I think it's supposed to make you happy, but it does the exact opposite to me. It infuriates me. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to punch me in the throat. The only redeeming factor is that Robin Williams was really funny in the video.
He is.
I cannot stand that song.
No, I cannot either. A couple of things. Number one, I absolutely love It's Raining Men. And I don't know why. And it's so funny because I had a whole section. I had a whole section of the whole Weather Girl thing. Like, your name's what? Like, so did they come up with the song It's Raining Men first? Like, oh, let's be the Weather Girls. And then they're like, oh, wait, like, and I was trying to think of, see, you and I, same genes, because I was trying to think of the same thing, like what's a good tornado song that they could have made, and then all I think is like maybe that's how Sharknado came up. That's how they came up with Sharknado.
Tsunami of Studs. I don't know.
Exactly. So that's what we need to do. We need to come up and just all right. So my obsession with Suno, making songs and stuff. So that's it. I will get. On December 10th, I get a re-up of my credits that I have to use to make the song. So I'm going to come up with an album by the Weather Girls of those things. So just later on tonight or whatever, text me all the stuff that you have, and I'll see what Suno and like Chat GPT Copilot can come up with. So I do love
a mix of gentlemen.
Exactly. And then see what it comes up with. And I'm going to be excited on it. So yeah, I'm glad It's Raining Men won. I hate Don't Worry, Be Happy. But I don't, here's the thing. I so much, I wanted to, and we're already at an hour in and we're not even done with the first round yet, but if you've watched the first 3 episodes, first of all, thank you very much for watching it. Please continue to tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell whoever. The first round takes the longest because we are breaking down the songs. We don't usually get as in-depth with these other songs. I so much want It's Raining Men to beat I'll Stop the World and Melt with You, even though I think I'll Stop the World and Melt with You is a better song. It's Raining Men for some reason. I would love for that to win. I don't want to do it to chat because I know they're gonna be like, this is the dumbest thing ever. It's I'll Stop the World and Melt with You. So I think that wins, even though I think It's Raining. I like It's Raining Men better. But
I'm gonna wholeheartedly disagree. Melt
Like-
with You was one of the other songs of the 5 songs that were tied for my top listens, but that's mainly
Okay.
because we were learning to play it as a band.
oh, okay.
But
That-
it's a much better song. I will listen to it.
Okay, here it is. It's a better
Over
song.
It's Raining Men.
It's not that. It's just my preference. If you did a poll of like 10,000 people, like all but like me, and that would be if you even polled the Weather Girls, they'd probably say, "Nah, I Melt with You's better." I don't know what this guy's thinking. So we will go with I Melt with You, because it's the right thing to do. I enjoy It's Raining Men. That's a song that I do put up on there. So it looks like Iran so far has 2 votes. That's
Shout
what,
out Brian Frampton.
Yep. And that's what I would. Dave's at a Christmas party with his wife because I was going to see if he wanted to jump on this, and he was like, "I'm at a Christmas party with my wife." So, yeah. Did you have a preference of either one or not? Because it's already got 3 Irans. Not
Yeah. As much as I don't like either of these songs, I Ran So Far Away doesn't make me want to drive into a wall. Rock Me Amadeus kind of does. Although it is fun to just sing the chorus of it, but
it is.
It's the same thing with. I'll get to it with Relax, where it's like, oh, it's just the same thing for 4 minutes.
Yeah, and so I Ran So Far Away also because it's the Flock of Seagulls, that dude's haircut. But
the haircut is great.
The haircut is great. However, much like the Abe Froman Sausage Kings winning a low hoop fantasy football title, when we did 80s music, number one, I had an 80s like music reference for every NFL team.
Outstanding.
It is outstanding. So I went with the Atlanta Falcons instead of the Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons, also a low hoop championship squad. So I do like the Atlanta Falcons, but I Ran So Far Away is the better song for me. And then I think 99 Red Balloons beats Too Shy, and it's not even close. Are you with me on that?
Too Shy, I just have nope.
What?
My notes for Too Shy is just nope.
Nope. All right. What's going on with my referencing? It's not taking the I Melt With You for whatever reason. So
you have it rigged so It's Raining Men wins.
Exactly. So there's got to be something. It's got to be with the I think W reference. I don't know. We know what it is. It's I Melt With You there. So we've got this is a I think it's good a good bracket outside of Iran. So let's just start down here and let's move on. And Iran and 8675309.
Is that even a question?
This not like we wasted everybody's time by just even talking about that.
We only get certain amount of words and breaths, and you
exactly. I just wasted that.
So many.
All right. 99 Red Balloons. I Melt With You.
Ooh.
Let me see what happens if I do this. If it would go to I Melt With You, or if it's just going to go reference. Yeah, it's just I don't know what's going to. I'll fix it in post. So I am going 99 Luff Balloons. I love that song so much. It could have been a 1 for me. I Melt With You is fine, but I think still it's just one of those that's a classic what you think of as a 80s one-hit wonder.
Yeah, and there was a band Goldfinger who has done a remake version of 99 Red Balloons, which you should check out because it slaps hard. It's good. Yeah, I don't know.
Do we need to
believe I'm going to say this. I think I'm gonna go 99 Luff Balloons.
All right, there we go. I was gonna say it's gonna go to
starts
chat.
out just with with just her singing, and then
Yep.
just kicks in. I don't know. It makes me happy. It makes me dance in my seat.
Yeah, exactly. So I was afraid that someone was going to
And
go
if
to
it sounds
chat.
really good in 2 different languages, I think
Exactly. It's the only song on here that's probably in 2 different languages, and I think it was a hit in both. I was afraid this was going to go to chat and that 99 Luft Balloons was going to lose, and then I was going to retire the show, I think. So
this is our show. We can do whatever we want.
exactly. So, all right, Whip It, Relax. This is a good 4-5 matchup because I think they're both similar. I think Devo is more well known than Frankie Goes to Hollywood. However, I've never seen a lot of people with Devo shirts unless they're Devo fans, and you would see the Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax t-shirts
Relax.
all the time.
When Relax first starts out, that first minute you're like, yeah, and then the last 3 minutes it's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
exactly.
And I don't think I've ever listened to it all the way through. If it comes up on a playlist like an 80s, when I was listening to the 80s mix, one hit wonders leading up to this, I would get about halfway through and just be like, all right, next song.
I don't think it actually ends. I think it just always just continually plays.
They're still playing it right now.
So there's just every time
I'm gonna go Whip It.
Okay. I think I agree with you. Like I said, Relax was like it was huge. It's more of that dance craze, but everyone's like, because people I think will say Whip It in like the sense of the song all the time in just everyday life. And it's just like it's such a it's a fun song. It's Devo. We're going Whip It over Relax. And then we've got Take on Me, Don't You Forget About Me. So it's the me off.
The old Mehoff.
The me. Wasn't that in Turning Japanese? Is that part of the lyrics?
That was the other name for it.
Okay, that was
some guy named Jack wrote it.
Exactly. As good as Don't You Forget About Me is, Take on Me is in that upper echelon for me of 80s one-hit wonder songs.
I think we might need to go to the group on this.
All right. So are you going to go Don't You Forget About Me? The sad part is
I understand the argument for both of them. I preferred Don't You Forget About Me because not only is it just a great 80s one-hit wonder, but it comes along with one of the greatest 80s movies ever.
Okay. This is going to be interesting.
And
because
I prefer to listen. They're both really good, but I'm going to go with Don't You Forget About Me.
Okay. And the best part is that we're not live, so the people on the chat, the text aren't seeing this, so they're just going to do. So it's going to be interesting because there's only 2 people that responded on the last one. My buddy Joe, and then your buddy,
newly appointed Brian Frampton.
Exactly. So the interesting part is going to be if they split. I may have to just go separate and just text Dave, and be like, dude, you got to break the tie. And then if I know Dave, it'll be Take on Me. I think Take on Me is going to win.
Probably.
I think that's where Joe's going. I think I know Joe well enough where I think he's going that, but he may not. He may surprise me. So we'll do that. We'll come back to that in a moment. And then we've got the top bracket. I Just Died in Your Arms, Tainted Love. As much as I do love I Just Died in Your Arms, and it is such a great, if you place it in certain movies, TV shows, it makes me laugh every time. Because the way it starts off, I don't know what it is, that sound that they make. It's so good. Tainted Love wins this one pretty handily. All right, so Joe went Don't You Forget About Me. Oh my word, this could be a huge upset. And then Safety Dance, Your Love. This is the one Michael will probably jump in. So as great as that first line is, Safety Dance.
I just wanted to do the sign. No, this might have to go to the group because I'm going Your Love.
See, it's just I don't know. We could do that as well. It's just it's so crazy. We should of all the times I needed all these people on the group chat to be on
Everybody's
here.
Got something going on.
Probably. Now your boy's not even texting back. So, Joe is the MVP of this episode outside of Matthew Wilder.
He might have Matthew Wilder beat.
Yeah. So, So we got 2 Don't You, and 1 Take on Me. Take on Me. That would be a crazy shock. So then we'll go up top, and we've got the overall number 1 seed. Come on, Eileen is going to beat Funky Town, and they'll be talking about it for a long time in Funky Town. And then probably the least exciting second round game, Electric Avenue. It Takes Two.
It's Electric Avenue.
It is, because when I think of Electric Avenue, I think more 80s than, even though It Takes Two it just like Electric Avenue, just the sound of it. It's like, it's so weird because there's like a lot of the rap songs, like rap song, we'll talk about.
Rap song.
That's got to be the Lonely Island one, but that's not an actual song. That's a sketch. But with a lot of the rap was like Bust a Move, Rapper's Delight, Supersonic, like they were good songs. JJ Fad, but like those could have been at any point in like the 90s and stuff too. So all right, we get the one back. So
Beat Safety Dance.
Your Love Beating Safety Dance makes me sad. And if Dave is on here and sees this, he is going to be punching people in the crotch all the time the next time he sees these people. So I hate it. This is a bogus one. I think the whole system's rigged. And Don't You, your buddy did not reply. Oh, he did reply, and Don't You. So Don't You Forget About Me is on here as well. Take on Me getting beat by the number. That was an 8 seed, I believe. Correct?
I have my notes here. Yes, it wasn't.
Yeah, because Take on Me was a 1 seed. So you've got, and why is that not centered? All right. My whole thing is messed up here. So then we've got everything now correct, I think. We've got Come On Eileen, the 1 seed, taking on Electric Avenue as the 4, beating the number 12 seed. We've got Your Love beating Safety Dance. Your Love, I believe, was a 6 seed, beating the 3 seed Safety Dance. Tainted Love, the 2 seed, takes care of I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. The biggest upset probably in all the brackets we've done so far, Don't You Forget About Me, taking out the 1 seed. This may be the earliest a 1 seed has been taken out of a bracket for us. And then Whip It beats Relax. And then we have 99 Left Balloons, 8675309, which is probably the best matchup in the going into the Final Four. So let's go to the bracket. So we will save that matchup for last because it's so good. We'll go up top, and it's going to be Come On Eileen and Electric Avenue. No contest. Come On Eileen is going to beat Electric Avenue. And I don't know anybody that would choose Electric Avenue. Except maybe
I think it's closer for me, but it is still Come On Eileen. I do love Electric Avenue immensely.
Yeah. I should send it to chat, but I'm afraid Electric. I don't even think they would even.
I didn't even pick it. I picked Come On Eileen.
I know. It's just I'm
Somebody's
still salty.
Somebody's mad.
All right. So the Love Off, Your Love, Tainted Love.
You know where I'm going?
You're going Your Love because you love that song so much. It's like you love it so much. Why don't you marry it?
Why don't you marry it?
You're going Your Love. I'm going Tainted Love. So I guess now again we've got to go the Love Off. We've got to go to Joe and what's your buddy's name?
Brian Frampton.
Brian on the Love Off. And then this is gonna be interesting because I really don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know. This could go either way. It's a good matchup. And Your Love, I believe, was a 6 seed as well. So we just talked about how the 6 seeds did not make.
You are correct, sir, yes.
Yeah, they did not make the Final Fours, but we could have a couple here. All righty. And then we've got Don't You Forget About Me, Whip It. I think the 8 seed moves on.
Agree.
I as much as Whip It's a fun song, like if it's, Don't You Forget About Me, Don't You Forget About Me, it's like one of those teams where it's like they were injured most of the year and they finally started getting their guys back, or it's just a Tom Izzo team that did not play one of the Big Ten, and they're here now, and he's a tournament guy. He's Mr. March.
Don't you forget about me. He's got Bender playing
Yeah.
on the team, and he's trying out for a scholarship.
Scholarship. All right, Joe has Tainted Love, which is where I went. So
does Brian.
all right, so Tainted Love, we'll go back up. So we could talk about 99 Red Balloons, A675-309. Two songs that have numbers in it. So this is a 2-3 seed. Do you have a preference? Is there one of these songs that number one you like better, or number two you just think is the better song for this bracket?
Nothing against the band, but the Goldfinger kind of heavier remake is my favorite version of 99 Red Balloons.
Okay.
So if the original version is not my favorite version of the song, I think we got to go Ocho Seis Siete Cinco Tres Cero Nueve.
Okay. See, I'm going 99 Red Balloons because taking your point, I get that. However, has anyone ever done a remake of this song? So if your song's not even worth, if your song's not even worth being remade, is it better? Like
the only remake is they did the same band, Tommy Two-Tone. There is a Santa Claus Christmas version.
What?
Yes, it's not good. When it came up when I was just looking up Christmas songs, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I was like, this can't be the same band. They don't sound that good. But yeah, you brought up a good point. Nobody's covered it.
All right, it's going to the chat. It's going to the text, man. It's going to be interesting to see
that it is a real ex-girlfriend's number, some girl in Jersey that he dated.
I heard that, and they
might be
called all the time.
The ultimate ex-boyfriend move is, oh, I'm in a band. We're going to make a song about you, and you're going to have to change your number.
Exactly. The other one, did you hear the story? I think it was a guy that I think he was in England or somewhere there where he I think it was at Christmas time. He had posted around everywhere and had an ad where it was to win a contest for the best Wookiee growl. And he put his ex-girlfriend's number on that. And then they did the news, the news outlet. You have to look at the news outlet in Britain or whatever, did a story on it. And so she's like, yeah, he's kind of childish. And like 3:00 in the morning, I'll get my phone's going off. And then like, there's just messages and she starts playing it. It's just like, it just Chewbacca. I feel like there's probably thousands of them. And it's the greatest. One of those things where it's because those are the pranks I like because it's not really, it's a harmless, no one's getting hurt really on that. It's just annoying and it's funny. Those are the pranks I enjoy so much where it's like, it's so clever and stupid. And there's no real, she's just annoyed on it. And she's going to have to change her number.
Change her number.
And it's so you have to look that up. It's so funny. On that. All right. Come on, people. Geez. I am getting a new text group. Dave, you get a pass because you are doing husbandly duties by going to the work Christmas event for your spouse. And you don't want to be on the phone the whole time because I don't know how that would be. So that wins. So 99 Left Balloons. You know what? I should have fought harder for Raining Men now if I knew how this was going to go. So the final four is Jenny, Don't You Forget About Me. Oh, is it fine? And then Tainted Love, Come On Eileen, which I think you texted me. I did put it in the thing. I did not, with all the technical difficulties, I did not add it in. So I'm like, I'm not adding another screen on here. It's going to blow things up. So the final four, I know this was not my final four, for sure. I'm wondering if it was yours.
Oddly enough, all right. So I had.
No, you did have Take on Me.
I did have Take on Me, but I didn't know it was going to go up against Don't You Forget About Me.
Yeah, because I think you gave me that list before I actually put the brackets together. I just gave you each seeded number. So yeah, so we both got like I have one. This is like one of those like I had Come On Eileen, where it's one of those things like I suck now, but I could have the winner. So I had Come On Eileen, Safety Dance, 99 Red Balloons, Take on Me. You had Come On Eileen, Take on Me, Your Love, 8675309. So
It's
you have
correct.
3 of the 4. So
I just have 2.
oh, yeah, that's right, because Your Love lost the love off. So you have 2. So let's go. Come On Eileen, Tainted Love. We'll go back to the bracket here. This is the heavy hitter powerhouse matchup here. Tainted Love could have been a 1 seed. I just don't think anything beats Come On Eileen in this entire bracket. I think this is exactly. If it would have lost, we could have had to use we could have said, poor old Johnny Ray. And then we'd be thinking about the old second baseman that played for the Pirates. So, all right. Don't you forget about these. I tell you what, this Final Four, though, is hitting hard. It is 4 really good songs. Don't You Forget About Me as an 8 seed, and then 8675309. Are you leaning? I'm leaning a certain way. Where are you leaning?
I think I got to go with Jenny.
That's where I was going.
I had it in my Final Four, though I did have Take on Me, so I don't know. Maybe I'm being contradictory.
No, I think I think it's one of those where Don't You Forget About Me, obviously the better song. Like, I am not going to go out of my way to put 8675309 on a playlist. I am not really turning that up. If it's on, I just listen to it. It's cool. But same with, but Don't You Forget About Me is just a better song. And it's got the hey. Yeah. It's a better song, but I think Jenny is like, it's one of those things. It's so weird. Like, all the markers point Don't You Forget About Me, except if you're like, which is the better 81 hit wonder when you're thinking of.
All right, so if Take on Me would have won, would that have beat 8675309 in your eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean just because Don't You Forget About Me, you can't just use a transitive property in real life unless it's math. So, yeah, it's just weird because, like, everyone knows that number. Like, hey, what's Jenny's number? Everyone's going to know it. And I think people know this song too.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta wrap it up here. Okay. Never mind. All right. Okay. I didn't realize it's 10 o'clock. Okay. So, Come On Eileen, Jenny, I think Come On Eileen wins.
It does. And even if it was Take on Me, it wins.
It wins. So, it does win. Come On Eileen is the winner. So, Nate, a good episode, I think. We had a bunch in the chat, the text group. So, appreciate those guys as well.
One real quick last story.
Yes.
I was just at a wedding not too long ago. They played the twist. I did the twist. They played the electric slide. I did the electric slide. They played Dexy's Midnight Runners. That's when I got kicked out.
Did you?
They're talking
Just do the math.
I got you. All right. We will see you next time. All right. Take care.
See you.